Wealth gap in America has been steadily increasing with each passing year. Systematic issues such as stagnant minimum wage, increased housing costs, and rise in medical bills have put many Americans in financial ruin. Congress has not raised federal minimum wage since 2009, which was from $6.55 to $7.25. Average rent for an apartment has gone up from $841 to $1,180 from 2010 to 2023. Many people at risk of homelessness due to drug addiction started from prescription medication. They had an injury or chronic pain and were prescribed opiates and became addicted, and when their refills no longer came in, they often seek out the streets for an alternative, often heroin. New laws and the introduction of aggressive architecture has made being homeless almost illegal. Aggressive architecture is architecture that makes it impossible or uncomfortable to rest or sit in certain places. So if you can think benches that have dividers in them, it prevents people from laying on the bench. Or if you see like a flat area that people would often maybe set up camp or lay down or sit, they'll put spikes on it, so it makes it impossible or uncomfortable to sit there, deterring people from being homeless in public, essentially. Offering better access to affordable healthcare and housing and therapy can dramatically improve the homeless population and shrink the wage gap. Brutality towards homeless people and the greed amongst the wealthy only exacerbate these issues and make the problem worse. The increase of the top 10% who hoard the available resources and prevent those who really need them and accessing them is a form of trickle-down economics, which was introduced by Reagan, and it's the idea of putting all your money into the rich and they will trickle down the money down to the poorest level people, which oftentimes doesn't happen. That money never trickles and the poor never see it. The top 1% holds significantly more wealth than the remaining 99% combined. This distribution is significantly skewed and is destined for revolt and failure. The distribution of wealth has not been this bad since colonial slavery and the French Revolution, and we all know how the French Revolution ended and colonial slavery led to the Civil War. This is a very growing issue, and a lot of people don't realize that they are one paycheck away from being homeless in America, and it's a sad but true reality, and there needs to be fixed.
As we mentioned, urbanization leads to the greater poverty, and government is incapable of providing access to services for all cities' population. One of the possible solutions is to create more job places. Nowadays, we haven't reached the level of development where all work is autonomous. People are needed everywhere doing important job, would it be cleaning the floor or keeping accounting records. From my own experience, Paris, France has a similar growing population of unhoused, which is not a localized issue but a global phenomenon. Everyone deserves a solid foundation for which they feel safe and comfortable. With the big income of population in the big cities, in order to search for a better life, the average prices for a middle class got high, and we are not talking about the lower classes that are making ends meet to pay the rent. The ratio of population to the number of job places is vast. Moreover, the minimum salary per month isn't enough to pay the rent, so people are obligated to stay on the streets. It doesn't mean that public services are the waste of money. They are needed that or other way. However, if the city residents or city community would be more aware of cleaning sidewalks or excess consumption that leads to the mountains of trash on the streets, the budget that goes to the garbage disposal several times a week could go to provide human conditions for those in need. While thinking about how to survive next day, humans are not capable of thinking how to be more efficient or productive. Moreover, with the active development of mass market industry leads to the tons of clothes thrown out every month. Instead, owners could clean them for the last time and give for those in need. Like this, no one needs to dig through the rubbish and put on smelly and dirty clothes. Bakeries, shops, and cafes are having excess products thrown out daily. Another good example from France, where local shops or grocery store chains are putting pallets in front of the stores, where other people can put food, and grocery shops can put products that are officially out of consumption date, but in reality are still fresh for the next few weeks. It resolves overconsumption and waste problems. Finally, average companies can be more open to invite people for the vacancies without professional education. Everyone is capable of learning efficiently. Today, we have provided a few possible solutions against extreme urbanization that can help our society to avoid the growing gap between lower and higher classes.